In this video, we are going to configure a site-to-site VPN tunnel between an AWS VPC and a Cisco ASA. So in the AWS console, we'll configure the VPN connection. Some prerequisites for this are, of course, your VPC has to be created, so your subnets, your IGW, and your attached VGW. So we go and create VPN connection. Give it a name. Site to site. The type is going to be a virtual private gateway, and then you're going to choose your VPC VGW. Customer gateway, we're going to do new, and the IP address is going to be the public IP of the other side, your other device. So this would be the Cisco ASA public IP. BGP, we're not using BGP. You can just leave that as default. And the routing options, because we're not using BGP, we're using the policy-based VPN tunnel on the ASA. It's going to be static. And you don't need to put any routes there. It'll automatically do that. Same thing for the pre-shared keys and advanced options. Just click Create VPN Connection. Alright, let's take a look. So the state is pending. While it is pending, though, you can download the configuration here. And we're using a Cisco. ASA 5500 series. Software 9.x. Download. Save that. Close the window. Okay, here's the file I downloaded from AWS, the config file that they automatically generate for you. You open it up, and the things we're going to need to substitute are listed here. And you could do something like a search and replace for your specific config. So for instance, you could search and replace this text for the interface name on our ASA. Mine happens to be outside. The ACL, mine is outside access in without these arrows, surrounding arrows here. Same thing with this. I used that same name without the arrows. VPC subnet. So this config is on the Cisco ASA side of the tunnel. So these settings here would match up to your AWS VPC range. Mine is 192.168.2.0/24. So I substitute that out, and the local subnet, this is the ASA side, so I am using a 10.1.0.0/16 range. SLA monitor address. This is to keep the VPN tunnel up. So the ASA is going to like constantly ping this IP, and the IP should be something that will reply to pings on the other side of the tunnel, and it could be like a EC2 instance in your AWS VPC. So you go down the file and replace those variables, like the outside interface was here, and I put outside because that matches up to my ASA. And then here, I put my VPC IP range there. So just go through this file and replace those variables I talked about. Here's the SLA monitor variable. And you probably will need this NAT exemption or no NAT. So the object source net, this is the ASA side. You're going to put the subnet IP information there. And this object AMZN, you're going to put the VPC IP range there. And you can leave this line alone. The other thing I did do was I'm not using this AMZN filter, so you could deny it's going to allow all traffic by default, but if you put some information here, it will block or allow only specific ranges. You can set that up, but I didn't use that. After you do that, paste it into your Cisco ASA, and we'll look at testing if the tunnel came up. We do need to create some routes from the AWS VPC to the other side of the tunnel through the ASA. So go into your route tables. You click on this routes tab here. And actually, we're going to use route propagation. And I used to be able to just add a stacked route to the VGW, but for some reason that wasn't working for me right now. So I'm going to use route propagation. What we need to do is on your site-to-site VPN connections, you go into this static routes tab right here, edit, add another rule, and this is going to be the network behind the ASA side, and save that. And then we're going to go to the route tables and use route propagation. So edit route propagation from your VGW and check this box to enable route propagation. And we go back to our route table, and it should have that. There it is. Propagated yes from our VGW, which is the site-to-site VPN. And we'll take a look at verifying everything is working. Alright, so you've pasted in your config, and you can try to generate some interesting traffic that should hit the VPN policy, and then check the status of the tunnel. Show cryptologic CAPSA. There's nothing there, so I need to generate interesting traffic. Packet tracer input inside CMP. This side of the VPN tunnel. ping something on the other side. Drop. If you run it again, you think you have to run it twice. Yeah, now it says allow. Let's check the tunnel. So this is the state you want to be in, MM active. And the other thing you want to check now is bi-directional traffic over the VPN tunnel. So show crypto IPsec SA. I'm going to check the end caps, D caps. It's saying 1-0 right now, but that might be, I need to ping. So that was the host on the other side of the tunnel, and we should see the end caps, D caps, not 0 there. And we've got 6 and 5. So tunnel is up. It's two-way traffic. That's the end of this config. Another check you can do is on the AWS side. You could go to your site-to-site VPN connections and look at tunnel details, and you want to see the status is up, and this IP should match up to your Cisco ASA. What show crypto ISA SA is saying. And yeah, this second tunnel is always going to be down if you're doing the Cisco VPN tunnel. You can't do 2 tunnels at the same time with matching the same traffic. So that's it for this video. Let me know if I missed anything or you need help troubleshooting, or if you have a request for another video. Thanks.